Hello you guys, I'm Fabio Hart coming back with another video. What I want to talk about in this video, guys, is saving your money. Okay? I get so many calls, so many emails. I talk to so many people even on Facebook and other social media platforms, and they started a cleaning business. They either have a franchise or they're independent or whatever the case is. And here's the thing, a lot of you guys think that you have to have all the answers all at one time. I've been doing this since 2012 and I still don't have all of the answers, guys. But if I didn't learn anything, this is one thing that I learned, and that's to save money. If you guys know my story, you've seen my first $5,000 check video, right? So you know how I used to just blow through cash, right? I did this, I spent on that, I bought this, I did that, right? And you see where it got me. It almost had me out of business just as quickly as I started the business, right? So luckily enough, I was able to catch myself and I was able to shake back and start controlling my spending, right? And getting myself in the up position, I guess, instead of the down position, right? So here's the thing, guys. Like I said, I talk to so many people, and a lot of you guys, whether you watch, other podcasts or whether you talk to Uncle such and such that told you need to get all of this stuff, start small. Start small, okay? Whatever you have at home, you can definitely start there. Whatever you have at home, you can definitely start there. So many of you think that, okay, well, I'm working or I'm bringing in $5,000 a month, $2,000 a month, and then as soon as the money come in, you feel like you need to go out and buy a new this or down payment on that, and that's gonna have you like out of business just as soon as you start. Basically, just like it's gonna feel like you're still working a job, right? When you don't have any cash on deck, as I like to call it, or any reserve, it puts you in a bad position because you never, as a business and a business owner, you never know what could happen, right? You never know what you're gonna need cash for. So you have to start putting cash away. Stop spending so much money, guys. Stop throwing money all over the place, right? And if you are going to, put the dollar somewhere, invest in like a book, right? Invest in some self-development, or get you a coach or somebody that can help you get over the hump, so to speak. Make sure that your dollars is working for itself, right? Put it in some form of investment. I'm not going to try to tell you what investment to invest in, but try to have your money work for itself, or at least put it in a situation where you can get a kickback from it, right? You can turn $1 into $2, so to speak, right? Again, a lot of you guys are saying, "Hey, Fabio, I think I need this machine. I want a carpet cleaning machine. I need a buffer. I need all these different machines because Uncle such and such that told you had to buy that, or you heard on a forum that you had to buy it." Trust me, guys. When I first started my business, I started with a vacuum cleaner that I bought from the resale shop. It was like $8 or $10, something like that. It was really cheap, right? I bought that. I started there, and I used that vacuum cleaner for an incredibly long time before I started buying a fleet of vacuum cleaners, right? I still have that vacuum cleaner to this day, okay? But the thing is, like I said, I got a little bit ahead of myself. Once that first $5,000 check came, I started blowing right through it, right? I started losing employees, could have been on the verge of losing contracts, right? I was just all over the place. I'm trying to get you guys in a more business mindset, right? I know what you see on television, vacations and different things like this, and different cars, and you need to impress these people and you want to show that you're making this money. But trust me, at the end of the day, you're not going to hurt anybody but yourself, okay? So you got to start living a little bit modestly. If you're living above your means right now, which means you have all of this overhead and you don't have the revenue coming in to live this lifestyle, so to speak, then that's a sign that you're living above your means, okay? If you need to cut back, guys, cut back. You don't need two phones. I got two phones. I could afford it, but you don't need two phones. You don't need an office. You can run it straight from home, right? You don't need all of this equipment and all of this stuff, right? If you can find a good deal on it and somebody's selling a piece of equipment, you get a real good deal on it, go ahead. It won't hurt to buy it, but don't get in the business and say, you know what, I need to get all this equipment. I need to get all these products and solutions and brooms and mops. I need to get a warehouse. I need to get 2 phones. I need to get a new car. I need to get a truck mount. I need to get a van. I need to get all of these different things, right? Because you're going to get all of these different things and you don't have the revenue come in to sustain these items, right? Why would you get a buffer, whatever, right? A carpet cleaning machine or whatever the case is. Why would you get that and you don't have a carpet cleaning job yet? Or you don't even plan to even go in that field. That's not your niche right there. You want to do just general cleaning and you're worried about getting a carpet cleaning machine. When that time comes, guys, you can always rent. Again, you can rent stuff like this and write this stuff off. You just keep the receipt to it, you rent it and write it off. Okay? You guys got to get out of that mentality that you have to buy all of these different things. Okay? You don't need the latest iPhone, okay? Or the latest Android. You don't need the latest car to prove the fact that you have a business, right? So I wanted to do this video because I think it's paramount. So many people that I talk to, they figure that they need all of this different stuff when they don't, and it's wrecking their brain, right? All you need is paperwork, right? Because you want to be able to sign somebody up for a contract. You want to make sure you're all registered. You got a bank account. You got all of the important stuff out the way, right? You want to be legal. Make sure you get that stuff out the way. And marketing dollars. When I first started, like I said, I didn't spend no money on marketing because I did door-to-door and I did telephones. I picked up the phone and I just started making calls, okay? So I like to use no to low cost marketing efforts, right? Marketing ways. I don't want to spend a whole lot of money up front not knowing if it's going to hit or not, okay? So that's the thing that you guys have to be careful with. When you're spending so much money in the beginning, now you got to wait this whole 30 days to get this check, right? So now you're on the phone with me, you say, hey, Fabio, you know, I don't have a job and I got to go through this and I got to wait on this 30 days for this. When you had the check come in last month and you spent the entire check, okay, again, you got to start letting this money accumulate in order for you to, it's one or two things you got to do. You got to cut back expenses or you got to pick up new contracts. Just plain and simple. Okay, so if you don't have a whole hell of a lot of money coming in, you need to cut back, right? Because you got to stretch this. You got to stretch this. You don't want to go to a point where all you got in your account is $100 in the account, right? Because anything can happen over the next 15 to 30 days, right? Expense may come up. Expense may come up that's personal or business related, and you may need to cover that. But if you spend the money just as soon as it comes in, you're getting new shoes, you're getting new dresses, new clothes, new this, new that. Trust me, please, if you're not going to learn from nobody else, learn that I did that in the very beginning and it didn't get me nowhere. Okay? So I'm trying to help you guys out. Now I have a cash on deck. I have a reserve. That's the word I was looking for. I have a reserve. Okay? Which means when a contractor need to be paid, I don't have to wait till they cut the check in order for me to pay the contract. I know the check is coming in. I can go ahead and cut this contractor the check, and then when that check come in, he's already taken care of. All I have to do is deposit the check at that point. Okay? The same thing, guys. If something come up, a business expense, I'm able to do it. I do not live above my means. I live modestly. Okay? Now, I do have some nice things and designer stuff and this and this and that, but I kind of pick and choose when I'm going to get that stuff. I don't say, well, you know what, I can't wait till the first of the month get here, you know, which I'm always looking for the first of the month these days, right? That's when them checks start coming in from Atlanta, from Toledo, from Michigan, all over the place, right? They're sending it in, we're charging it on their charge card, we got it coming in every which way. So, but I'm not just sitting up there praying, waiting on the first of the month to get here, because I need this cash so bad to be able to live and to be able to buy business type of things, business stuff for the business. I'm all over the place. Okay, so I want you guys to start saving. Okay, a lot of people ask me, Fabio, should I get a business check card or a business credit card? If you want to help build business credit, that's a way that you can start, right, for your business. Okay. But if you feel like you're not the credit card type of person, or you're not going to be able to manage it well, or you're just going to jack it off and just spend, go past the spending limit or whatever the case is, then I wouldn't get it if you don't feel that you would be responsible for it. Okay. So yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about on this video, guys. Please start saving. You do not need everything that you see any other YouTuber have and all of this type of thing. You don't need all of this stuff all at one time. It will come in time. It will come in time. All you need to do is stay active in getting new contracts. Like I said, if you got, smaller to medium-sized contracts, you got a few contracts, and you're bringing in $3,000, which isn't too much, these days, then you got to make that $3,000 stretch from one check to another check, and that's really not being a business. Now, if you really, really want to get the ball rolling, you want to turn that 3 into a 6, and that 6 into a 9, right? Which means you got to be actively getting out there. You got to be actively making things happen, guys. Okay, you got to be on the front line getting things done. Okay, you need to make those calls, check the emails, pass out your flyers. You got to do, again, you run your business like a presidential campaign. Okay, now presidential campaigns cost a lot of money, but you can take the free stuff, right? You can go to door to door. You can get that out the way. You can make the phone calls, right? You could, kind of go different places and network. A lot of times we forget the network. There's a lot of networking groups out here you can join. There's a lot of different ways you can network. Okay, you want to be entrepreneurs. They resourceful and they take risks. And a lot of you guys just sit and you say, well, I tried this and it didn't work. You got to keep trying something. If you watch a lot of my other videos, you see where I say, well, I tried this and it worked, or I tried this and it didn't work. But I keep trying something, right? I keep trying something. Sometimes things hit. Sometimes things just don't hit. But at the end of the day, I tried. Okay? So again, guys, apply pressure. Get out there. Again, the only person that could ever stop you from starting up your own dreams and making it to the top is you. And you know that.